thanking yourself for being brave enough to kind of take one for the whole P10 team. And I'd like to ask you my first question. All right, Debbie. Number one, why do you feel like you are a tough nut to crack?
Because I have a hard time finding my why.
Ooh, okay.
Um,
Oh,
why now?
mm,
Why am I unhappy with where I am? Why do I want to lose weight, get fit, whatever it is?
mm-hmm,
Um, it's just more of like, I just know I'm supposed to. Um,
mm.
yeah,
Yes. Okay. Have you ever considered yourself fit before?
probably not now.
Okay. So that would not be an adjective that you would have ever in your whole life described you as.
No.
Interesting. Okay. Fair. And so externally, would you say this is correct that you feel that you know all of the things that like it's good to be active. I want to treat my body this way. But as you're saying, like, yeah, but why? There's like a lack of intrinsic motivation.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. Can you tell me something about you that makes you light up or an activity, person, people, place, or thing?
I love to plan travel.
Oh, okay. Okay. You love to plan travel.
Love
Do
to
you have any
plan.
trips coming up?
Um, I do. I
Cool.
have a list.
You have a list.
um, a short little getaway to Gettysburg right before
Mm.
Easter for spring break.
Uh-huh.
And then a little tiny cruise is planned. My daughter's graduating 8th grade, and I let her pick a little vacation, and that's what she chose.
Oh, that is great. That is great. Okay, so you love to plan and travel. Okay. What I typically do with my clients at this point then is say, okay, we find one thing that really fires us up and gets us excited. We're very motivated to do it because not everybody likes to plan travel trips, right?
Yep.
That's a gift of yours, for sure. And that was the first thing that came to your mind right away. You had no wavering doubt. So a couple ways that I would tackle this is, first of all, we would want to attach a habit that maybe we want to create in you right now. Let's say it's that you want to be able to walk a mile every day. Okay, let's just throw that random number in there. Okay. And I would say, all right, well, we're going to walk that mile first every day, but it has to come before you are doing any planning for the Gettysburg trip. So what we would do there is to say, all right, we are going to kind of, depends on how we want to label it. I call these things that I don't really want to do, but know I have to do it. Like maybe things, I'll be honest, like to grow my business, I have to really reach out to so many people. And I like doing stuff like this. I like to talk to people like you, but to like DM on my phone and be always on my phone, I don't really like to do it. So what I call that moment is an eat the frog moment. And so we would say, all right, we're going to eat the frog. You're going to walk that mile because we know that it's good for you. We know that you have a fitness goal. We know that now when you go to Gettysburg, you're not even going to be tired because you're going to be fitter. And then you could get to all the fine details of the trip. So when I do that for myself, I'll tell my husband, I'll say, hey, I'm going to go eat the frog. And then when we come home, I attach some happy thing to it. If it's, we're going to sit down and have a meal together. If it's spending time with my son, if it's me taking a nap before my son comes home, you know, any little thing that I'm like, all right, Aubrey, you're going to do this. And then we're going to have that fun time. Because what happens is, and I don't know, I don't want to project this on you, but tell me what you think. Let's say you go down like the traveling planning rabbit hole and it suddenly consumes your day.
Yep.
And then you're like, I don't have any time to go be
Yep.
fit. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So my first suggestion would be anchoring the habit that you want to instill in yourself to something that you already like. And that would be like a positive. So for, that's how you kind of balance that out. I keep thinking of the Sir Isaac Newton thing today. That was just running through my brain. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So that 1 mile action, even though you didn't want to do it, then it's the reward system, and you're going to reap that reward. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have, you're going to feel like you're becoming disciplined if we string that along. So that's a tiny habit that we can anchor. The other thing that I want everyone to notice is, and thank you, Debbie, for saying this, I think the hardest nuts to crack is because, as you said, you're like, Aubrey, I don't know what fit feels like. I've never described myself as a fit person. And that is tough because I've worked with people in the past, and this is their stickiest spot, where they're like, but my whole life I have been overweight, for example. They said, I've never experienced what it is like to be a thinner person. So because they've never felt that feeling, it's hard to even fathom it. Easy example is, I've never been a millionaire. So I've never, when people are like, oh yeah, Aubrey, my business coaches, they're making 8 figures a year. And I can't even fathom that, right? Because I've never experienced it. But you know what? I thought, well, these people have experienced it, so they must know how to get there. And I'd like to at least try. So that would be kind of where I would take someone in your shoes or yourself in there and say, you've never experienced it, but we're going to start to measure it. So 1 mile might be a little daunting. I would say, you know what, Debbie, before you plan your trip tomorrow, you're going to just walk 10 minutes. You can't do anything for the Gettysburg trip until you walk 10 minutes. I don't care how far it is. Just walk outside 10 minutes. And we would continue to accumulate this habit so that eventually you actually start to like it and crave it, just like everybody else who's craving Chick-fil-A. Right?
Yep.
So yeah. All right. So Debbie, the last thing that I would like to try with you, and I am so impressed by you already. Before I ask you this last question, I hope you go to bed tonight and you write down in your little P10 journal the best thing that happened to you today was that you realized how brave you are. Really. Because that's pretty awesome, because you're just putting yourself out there, and you're going to help somebody else watching to take action. Um, and the gift that I'd like you to give yourself today is to take action trying what we just talked about.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
I think I can do that.
All right. Okay. All right. Give me some snaps on that, Debbie. Let's do a little snap. Yeah. All right. So, okay. So let's hold Debbie accountable, everybody. Debbie, over this weekend, I would like you to walk 10 minutes before you do any travel planning. Again, just set your timer, 10 minutes. I don't care the duration. Um, so that would, what's that? You don't care the distance. Oh, the distance. I'm sorry. Thank you, Dan, for correcting me. I don't want to be confusing. I care about the duration. I don't care about the distance. So we got 10 minutes. We're anchoring it to something that Debbie loves. And if you could get back to us, Debbie, then let's do it. Did you plan anything today for the Gettysburg trip?
No, but
Uh-huh.
my Facebook feed is filled
Mm,
with travel stuff.
yeah.
So I'm kind of counting scrolling on Facebook, which I need to not
Yeah.
do as much of
Yeah.
in that.
Okay.
So yes, I've done a little scrolling today.
Okay. Oh, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. Right. When I was saying, like, the first thing to stop doing, like how we spend stuff on ourselves, we don't want to lie to ourselves. And that's the other thing, guys, that Debbie called herself out on, which is really, really cool, to be like, you know what, though? We have to make sure that we're very clear. You're getting very clear. And then your why will eventually start to reveal itself. I do sometimes talk to people about the 5 whys, but as you were talking, I didn't want to do that technique with you because I think you're in your head a lot. And I want to get you out of your head and in your body. And by getting you in getting you in your body by that walk with no phone, just outside or wherever you could walk, I mean, around your house, something like that, um, get you out of your head. And then, because and that's the thing, because sometimes it's like, oh my God, I keep asking why. And then it's like, you don't even get an answer. All right. So let's get you in your body. All right. So Debbie's going to do her 10 minutes. We're going to walk today, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. As soon as you're done on Sunday, can you post in this P10 group? Let's see, what do we want to post? I'm a fit girl.
Okay. I'm writing it down.
Okay, let's write it down. So that way, everyone who's watching this right now, when you guys see Debbie and she posts, I'm a fit girl, you know that she just did those, that walking, that little habit before she scrolled, before she went down the travel rabbit hole. All right. Now
Thank you.
you're accountable. Thank you. All right, Debbie. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you virtually. And this call is going to be recorded. So thank you for letting us spotlight you. And we will look forward to, let's give you a time on Sunday before 5 p.m. on Sunday that we see your post that says, I am a fit girl.
All right.
All right, Debbie.
Thank
I hope
you.
you have the best day. Get after it. And we'll look forward to seeing that post on Sunday.
Thank you.
All right, Debbie. Bye.